Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great, beautiful, blessed Sunday as always. And today, I just wanted to get on here and give you guys a quick message about what are some things that you may be taking for granted. Because through life, we often take things for granted and we do not even realize it. But what we have to know and understand is that the things that we take for granted, God will eventually take away. I'm going to say that again. The things that we take for granted, or even the people that we take for granted, God will eventually take them away, remove them, right? And this is because we are not appreciative of the thing or the person that is in our life. When it pertains to the thing, right, we often be focused on the things that we don't have, right? Wanting and wishing and, saying, making excuses, saying that you can't do this or you can't do that because I don't have this, and if I had this, then I'd be able to do that. When what you have to understand is that you have something now. What are you doing with what you have now? If God sees that what he gave you now, what's in your hand now, what's in the inside of you now, if you're not using and applying what you currently have to get you to where you're trying to go to, guess what? He's not going to send you anything else. Because he sees that you're not using what you currently have. You're not appreciative of what he has currently given you. Or either you have, I'm going to say materialistically wise, you might have nice cars and, houses, or you might have jewelry, or, you might have a lot of money. And a lot of the times people take those things for granted, right? And what happens is one day you will see a person have it all together, whatever. The next day, well, I'm not even going to necessarily say the next day, but some time goes by and then they lose it. Now, there can be many reasons to why that has happened, but one of the main things that it could be is that they took what they had for granted. When you don't appreciate what you have, God will take it. That's what they say. The same way he gave it to you, he'll take it away, because a lot of people are not humble, right? And that's why that can happen when you're not humble about the things that you have, or you think you're better than people because of what you have. You talk down on people because of what you have. Guess what happens? God will take it away. See, because you don't appreciate it for real. Because when you really appreciate what you have, you will treat others. You will treat people. You know what I'm saying? You will be more grateful, gratitude. You'll be more grateful and thankful instead of having a negative, emotion, or, just all around negative mindset towards other people because you think you're better because of what you have. No, because things don't make people. Who you are makes you. Your character makes you. Your personality makes you. Right? So that's why we have to always be grateful for the things that you have. Be grateful for where you are in life now, because believe that it's for a reason. Have the gratitude to be grateful for what you have and never take anything for granted, as well as when it pertains to people. Y'all, this is a big one. Well, all of it is big, but people, because people, things don't get hurt when they get taken away, right? Things don't get hurt when they're misused, right? But when people are misused, when people get taken for granted, people hurt. Because a lot of the times the ones who are getting taken for granted are the ones that are giving their all, that are, trying to be the best person there can be. And I'm gonna use an example of being in a relationship. When two people are in a relationship and one takes the other one for granted, feeling like, no matter that they can treat them any kind of way, that what's the thing that a lot of people like to say, they ain't never going nowhere. See, that's a part of taking somebody for granted, because you feel like in your head that they ain't never going nowhere, that they always gonna be there. No, people get tired, y'all. People get tired of being misused. People get tired of being mistreated. people get tired of doing more for you than what you do for them. People get tired of not being appreciated. So eventually, because it's always an eventually what happens is God ends up removing that person out your life. And then you don't realize how good they were to you until they are what? Gone. Why? Because you taking them for granted. When you appreciate stuff, when you cherish people and you appreciate them, the love and the gratitude that you show people, you get that back. And when you show the gratitude and the love and appreciation for people and things, guess what happens? God gives you more. He provides. That's what he does, because he's a provider. He's going to provide for you whatever you need on top of whatever you want. Why? Because you show him appreciation and gratitude and humility for the things and the people who are currently in your life, not taking advantage or not being appreciative or just complaining. God doesn't like complaining, y'all. He doesn't. That's why I come here today to tell you all to not take things for granted, or be mindful of the people and the things that you may be taking for granted. And if there are any things in your life that you are currently taking for granted, fix it, change it, appreciate it, love it, cherish it. Because why? Because it's the right thing to do. And as always, y'all, be motivated and stay inspired.